With clear reluctance, the young soldier saluted and hurried out. As soon as the door closed behind him, Blackwood turned to Lily. "We don't have much time. I'm going to take you somewhere safe, but we need to move quickly." Goliath rose to its full height, bioluminescent organs pulsing rapidly. "He wants to know if we can trust you," Lily translated, her eyes never leaving Blackwood's. "I hope so," he replied honestly. "I can't promise everything will be perfect, but I promise I'll do everything I can to keep you both safe and together." Lily and Goliath seemed to confer silently for a moment. Then the child nodded. "He believes you. He says your mind feels honest." Blackwood touched his calm. "Patel, Reynolds, we're moving ahead of schedule. Initiate Phase 2 now." "Copy that," Patel replied. "Be advised, Major Voss just entered Deck C with a security team. He may be heading your way." Blackwood's pulse quickened. "Understood. Proceeding to extraction point." He turned to Lily. "We need to go now. Stay close to me, and tell Goliath to follow but stay quiet. Can you do that?" The girl nodded solemnly and placed her hand on Goliath's limb again. The massive creature lowered itself slightly, becoming less imposing though no less formidable. The escape begins. The corridor outside Containment Bay 3 was empty. The corporal had responded to the emergency alert as ordered. Blackwood led Lily with Goliath following close behind, its massive form somehow moving with surprising stealth. "We're heading to Bay 7, Blackwood explained as they walked. "There's an escape pod waiting. It will take you to a mining outpost where friends of mine can help you disappear for a while." "What about you?" Lily asked, her small hand gripping his tightly. Blackwood hesitated. "I need to stay behind. Make sure no one follows you." "Will they hurt you?" "Don't worry about me," he assured her, though in truth, he had few illusions about the consequences he would face. They turned a corner and found themselves face to face with Scientist Rivera, who stood blocking their path. For a moment, all parties froze in surprise. "Commander Blackwood," Rivera said calmly, as if encountering a senior officer with an escaped child and alien creature was perfectly normal. "I see we had the same idea." Blackwood's hand moved toward his sidearm. "Step aside, Rivera. I'm not your enemy, Commander." Rivera raised his hand slowly. "I've been trying to make contact with you since you found them. I was stationed at Nova Thera, one of Dr. Fleming's assistants." "Joaquin?" Lily's voice was uncertain. "You worked with the other children." Rivera nodded, his expression softening. "That's right, Lily. You remember me. You taught us games to help control our abilities," she said, studying him carefully. "Mind games. And you were the best student I ever had," Rivera replied with a genuine smile before turning back to Blackwood. "Commander, Voss knows about your plan. Someone on your team talked." Blackwood felt cold dread settling in his stomach. "How do you know this?" "Because I've been monitoring his communications. He set a trap at Bay 7. Rivera gestured down an adjacent corridor. "There's another way, maintenance shaft 22B leads directly to Bay 4. The transport they prepared for Lily is still there, fully fueled and ready." "Why should I trust you?" "Because I was there when Nova Thera fell. I saw what they did, using colonies as bait, treating children like weapons." Rivera's eyes flashed with anger. "I've spent a year undercover, gathering evidence. But Lily's safety comes first." Blackwood hesitated, weighing the risks. His comm unit crackled to life. "Commander." Reynolds's voice was urgent. "Security teams converging on Bay 7. I've been compromised. Do not proceed to extraction point." Decision made, Blackwood nodded to Rivera. "Lead the way. Double cross." The maintenance shaft was narrow and dimly lit, forcing Goliath to crouch even lower to maneuver through the confined space. Blackwood kept Lily between himself and Rivera, unwilling to fully trust the scientist despite the apparent confirmation of his warning. "How much further?" he asked as they passed another junction. "2 more sections," Rivera replied softly. "Bay 4 is just beyond the next bulkhead." Lily suddenly stopped, her face twisted in concentration. "Someone's coming. Lots of people." She turned to Goliath, her eyes widening. "They want to hurt him." Before Blackwood could respond, a panel in the ceiling above them slid open, and a small canister dropped down, immediately filling the corridor with dense, bluish gas. "Suppression gas!" Rivera shouted, pulling a breath mask from his pocket and pressing it over Lily's face. "Designed to incapacitate telepathic connection." Goliath roared in pain or rage, possibly both, as the gas enveloped its massive form. Its bioluminescent organs flashed erratically, and its limbs thrashed against the corridor walls. "Run!" Blackwood ordered, pushing Lily and Rivera ahead while drawing his sidearm. "Get her to the transport." Behind them, the maintenance shaft's main hatch burst open, revealing Major Voss flanked by a tactical team in full combat gear. Their weapons were trained not on Goliath, but on Blackwood. "Commander Elias Blackwood," Voss announced formally, "you are relieved of duty and placed under arrest for attempted theft of military assets and conspiracy to commit treason." "These aren't assets," Blackwood replied, keeping his weapon raised. "They're living beings. A distinction irrelevant to your current situation." Voss gestured to his team. "Secure the commander. The suppression team will handle the creature." From behind Voss, additional soldiers appeared wearing specialized containment gear. They carried what looked like energy tethers, weapons designed to immobilize rather than kill. Blackwood knew he was outnumbered and outgunned, but surrender wasn't an option. Not with Lily's future at stake. "Rivera, get her out of here," he called over his shoulder, then fired a warning shot above the tactical team's heads. Chaos erupted. The tactical team returned fire, forcing Blackwood to take cover behind a maintenance panel. Through the thinning gas, he could see Goliath thrashing more violently, its massive limbs tearing through conduits and support beams. "Stop!" Lily's voice cut through the commotion. She had pulled away from Rivera and stood in the middle of the corridor, the breath mask gone from her face. "You're hurting him." "Restrain the child," Voss ordered calmly. 2 soldiers moved toward Lily, but froze as Goliath let out a deafening roar. The creature's bioluminescent organs now pulsed with blinding intensity, and its form seemed to be changing, plates shifting, reorganizing into what appeared to be a more offensive configuration. "What's happening?" one of the soldiers asked, voice tight with fear. Rivera's expression was grim. "He's entering defensive overdrive. You've pushed him too far." "Lily, get down!" Blackwood shouted, diving toward the child as Goliath's massive form surged forward with unexpected speed. Unleashed power. What followed was pure chaos. Goliath tore through the tactical team like they were made of paper, its reinforced limbs shattering their armor and sending bodies flying against the corridor walls. Voss barely escaped the initial onslaught, diving through a side hatch that sealed automatically behind him. "All security teams, converge on maintenance section 22B. Voss's voice came over the ship-wide comm, Class 1 biological containment breach. Lethal force authorized. Blackwood pulled Lily behind a fallen support beam, shielding her from the destruction. "Can you communicate with him? Tell him to stop." Tears streamed down Lily's face. "He's scared. They hurt him." "I know, but if he keeps this up, they'll kill him." Blackwood looked into her eyes. "You're the only one who can reach him, Lily." The child nodded, her expression shifting to intense concentration. She closed her eyes, her small body trembling with effort. Goliath paused mid-attack, its massive head swiveling toward Lily. The bioluminescent pulses slowed slightly, becoming more rhythmic. "That's it," Blackwood encouraged. "Tell him we need to get to Bay 4. Rivera appeared beside them, bleeding from a cut on his forehead. It's too late for Bay 4. Emergency bulkheads are sealing throughout this section. We need a new plan. The research lab, Lily said suddenly, her eyes still closed. Goliath says we can go through the ventilation system. The shafts are bigger there. Blackwood glanced at Rivera for confirmation. She's right, the scientist confirmed. The xenobiology labs have reinforced ventilation systems designed to handle hazardous materials. The ducts could accommodate Goliath's size. A distant explosion rocked the corridor, followed by the sound of approaching boots. The security teams were getting closer. Lead the way, Blackwood decided, helping Lily to her feet. Through the darkness. The ventilation system was a maze of massive metal tunnels, dimly lit by emergency lighting. Goliath moved ahead of them, its bioluminescent glow providing additional illumination. The creature had calmed somewhat under Lily's influence, though it still radiated deadly potential. The lab connects directly to Hangar Bay 2, Rivera explained as they crawled through the ducts. There are several shuttles kept there for research missions. If we can secure one, they'll track us the moment we launch, Blackwood pointed out.